Let's get started with Chapter 5. Father Salviadera had the best room on the rancho. It was on the southeast corner with casement windows on the southeast side so he could see the sun come up. Since he is up for a few hours before sunrise, he opened the casement window and began to sing hymns. As is custom, the eldest member of the family is the first to rise. As each person in the household hears the singing, it is their job to either join with their singing or, at the very least, wake up. That morning, there was one more person who was already awake, Alessandro. He wondered which window belongs to Ramona. At the veranda roof, the canaries, finches, and linnets walked. The linnets built their nests on the tiles of the roof. Alessandro was well versed in these hymns. His father Pablo was the leader of the choir at the San Luis Rey Mission. His father knew how to read and write and taught his own son. In addition to singing, his father also played the violin. Even Father Perry loved music, trained all the Indians who showed promise in music. After the missions were broken up by the Land Commission, the father continued the tradition of making music. Alessandro inherited his love of music from his father. When Ramona heard Alessandro's beautiful voice, she stopped singing and looked for who was doing the singing. As soon as he saw her, he stopped singing. When Margarita opened the chapel door, she was relieved to see the linen was clean, completely clean and repaired, and at the altar where it belonged. Everyone went to the chapel. Senora was accompanied by her son, Felipe. Father Salviadera arrived before Ramona. When Alessandro saw Ramona standing next to Felipe, he surmised that they were a married couple. This nugget of information pained Alessandro. Granted, he's only 21 years old, didn't think much about women. Had Mexico retained power over the missions, he would have worked for the fathers, kept the books about all of the cattle, paid wages, handled money. Now, with the Land Commission in charge, they were reduced to plow, sow, and herd cattle. There wasn't any use in learning how to read and write. Alessandro's father perceived danger in all directions. It was his job to keep the Temecula Indians together, make them work, keep peace with the Land Commission. That is the only way they will survive. He set the example of working in the fields, care well for the herds. He even built his own chapel, kept up forms of religious services. Whenever there was trouble with the Land Commission, he urged, persuaded, commanded his people to keep the peace. When there was a skirmish in Los Angeles, he went and camped there for several days. But all of his work was in vain. The Land Commission kept gaining land. His people kept losing land. His anxieties deepened. The Mexican owner of Temecula Valley left to return to Mexico. As a consequence, the Land Commission did not keep any of the promises that Mexico gave to the Indians. His father knew that his people are ruined. His father confided in his son, Alessandro. They must wait because they can't do anything. That is why Alessandro knew nothing of the ways of men and women. He had more important matters to worry about. Maintaining wheat fields, no drought, good pastures for horses and sheep wasn't enough to keep their people merry, keep the work easy, play games, sleep soundly. When a woman stirred something in him, he was able to put out the fire. With Ramona, seeing her took his purpose and fear away. Wonder, pain, and joy filled him to the point that he was scared. He was not a civilized man. If Ramona is also an Indian, he would have been drawn to her. He just wanted one more time to see her face. He forgot to sing the final hymn. At this time, Ramona asked Felipe to find out which Indian was singing. He told her his name is Alessandro, captain of the sheep shearers. His father is Pablo. He manages his men splendidly. They save almost all their money to carry home. Alessandro plays the violin beautifully. He plays the old San Luis Rey music. His father was the bandmaster in Temecula. When Ramona asked Felipe whether or not his mother likes to have Alessandro play, Felipe replied that he will have Alessandro play up in the veranda that night. As each person returned to work, Alessandro stayed at the doorway. Juan Can got mad, told him, "Get to work." Alessandro said, "All of his men are here. They can shear 100 sheep a day without nicking any of them." Juan Can countered, saying Mexicans can do a better job than the Indians. Alessandro kept the peace, saying that the same applies to Indians. He recalled seeing an American shear their sheep and they were bleeding. Juan Can was angry, walked away. Alessandro smiled. The sheds and pens for sheep shearing were busy. Felipe ran up the ladder to pack the wool into bags as they were tossed up. However, as soon as he started working, he felt the sickness take over and told Juan Can that he is feeling unwell. At that point, Felipe fainted. Senor was called. Ramona offered to help. Alessandro said everything is under control. He'll bring Felipe down safely. During the commotion, Alessandro heard someone refer to Ramona as Senorita, which means she's not married. He had hope. She wasn't married to Felipe as he had earlier feared. At this time, they introduced each other. Questions, comments, constructive criticisms, asking for clarification, let me know, and I shall see you next time. Take care.